People talk themselves out of accomplishing their goals before they even start. Before they've even made the move, they've already spoke themselves out of accomplishing their goals, of sticking to their targets. They've already talked themselves out of it. Why? Because of these negative habits they have, including the old me. I used to talk myself out of everything. I would talk myself out of starting that business. I would talk myself out of the gym. I would talk myself out of my diet. I would talk myself out of just staying disciplined with whatever I needed to get done. Everything I wanted to accomplish, all the fucking big goals and dreams I had, I would talk myself out of them. Everything. Why? Because of these negative habits I had, these negative behaviors. My habits weren't aligning with my goals. If you have these negative habits, guess what? You're gonna have a negative mindset. If you hang around negative people, guess what? You're gonna have a negative mindset. Your habits are everything. If your habits ain't aligning with your future, with the person you want to be, you're gonna fucking talk yourself out of everything. You're not gaining that trust within yourself. You're not gonna feel confident. Like you're gonna walk around like a little fucking pussy, just angry at yourself, angry at the world, angry why you're in the position you're in, a shitty position. If you fucking act negatively, if you do something that's not aligning with your future, not aligning with the person you're trying to be, that's breaking character right there. Your whole fucking mission, your whole objective should be to not break character. Whatever you see yourself doing in the future, however you see your future self, the best version of yourself, you every day do the things, do the tasks that push you closer to becoming that person. That's the thing. It's like when you're drinking, when you're smoking, when you're chasing fun, when you're chasing instant gratification that makes you feel depressed, makes you feel sad after, that makes you feel guilty, walking around with guilt, shame and regret. Of course you're not gonna fucking be able to stay consistent with whatever you want to stay consistent with. Of course you're not. Of course you're not gonna be confident. Of course you're gonna be a fucking shell of yourself if you keep smoking when you say you're gonna quit. How many times have you said you're gonna quit smoking? How many times have you said it? How many times have you said you're gonna start going to the gym? How many times have you said you're gonna stick to a diet? These simple things people can't stick to. And if you can't stick to the simple things, how the fuck are you gonna be able to do advanced things in life? You're not going to be able to see past those simple things if you can't even get those simple things done. The more you continue to talk yourself out of your goals, the more of a bitch you become. The more weaker you become. The more of a loser. The more you're proving to yourself you're just a fucking loser. That's it. You're in control. People who say they're trying to go to the gym, they're trying to quit smoking, they're trying to quit drinking. How the fuck are you trying? Nobody's putting the alcohol to your lips. Nobody's stopping you from going to the gym but you. See, you're going to go through a lot of struggle and pain in life if you don't get your act together now. Whatever negative habits you have, you put your life into fucking getting rid of them. You put everything you've got into getting rid of them. Because the longer they stay in your life, the longer you're going to live with pain, misery, guilt, shame, regret. The longer you're going to continue to blame everybody else apart from yourself. You need to take accountability for your actions. You drinking, you smoking, you partying when you know you're supposed to be working on your craft, building your business, building your physique. Strengthening your mindset. How the fuck are you going to strengthen your mindset when you're drinking alcohol, drinking that poison, smoking dope, getting high, not being on point, not being ready? How the fuck are you going to be a responsible man like that? Of course you're going to talk yourself out of accomplishing things when you're getting high. Because when you're high, you're lowering your motivation level. You're not disciplined when you're high. You're not focused when you're high. You're not on your A game when you're high, when you're drunk. When you're on substances, you're not on your A game. People who use substances, cocaine, alcohol, pills, weed, whatever your drug of choice is, people who do drugs, they all want to quit or they all want to cut down. Most people I've spoke to say, I want to cut down on alcohol. Like, cutting down is silly. If you know you have a fucking problem with alcohol or weed and you want to cut down, it's not going to work. It's not the best route to take. You have to focus on removing it from your life. If something has been a problem, it's always going to be a problem, most likely. Most likely, it's always going to be a problem. If you have struggled with weed for years and years and you're still trying to cut down, it's been 5, 6, 7 years and you're still playing around with it, playing around with your fucking mental health, trying to cut down, trying to say, I'm only going to smoke on the weekend, I'm only going to smoke in the evenings. Like, you're just playing yourself. You have to understand, you have to fully remove that shit from your life. It doesn't work for you. Don't let somebody else's negative attitude bring you down, take you off your game. You need to make sure you show up at the gym no matter what happens. If your car breaks down, you're pissed off, you're going through a hard time in your relationship, no matter what happens, you still show the fuck up for your people. Remember, it's not all about you. You don't want to get in shape for yourself. You want to get in shape for your people, for the people who look up to you. That's why you want to get in shape. It's not just about you. Like, let's be real. Oh, people were like, oh, I'll go to the gym just for myself. No, you go to the gym because you want to look good in front of other people. You want to feel good. Of course it's about you. Yes, it's about you, but also it's about others. It's about looking good for your family, looking good for your kids, looking good for your girl, looking good for just strangers, to inspire them, just looking good overall. Let's be real. I want to look good, not just for me. I want to look good for everybody else, so people can look at me and be like, oh shit, I want to be like him. I want to look how he looks. Or do you want to look like shit? Or do you want to look like shit? Do you want to be the bad example? Do you want to be that example where people look at you and think, oh shit, I don't want to be like him. He looks like shit. He's fat. He don't dress well. He don't have a fresh haircut. He's broke. He's a pussy. He's got a negative mindset. He walks around with a negative attitude. He's always angry. Do you want to be that bad example? Because look at your life right now. Are you that good example or are you that bad example? Which one are you? Which one are you? You need to make sure your habits are aligned with your goals. Your inner voice is telling you, is calling your name, is telling you what you need to do every day. And every time you go against that, no matter what it is, if you don't wake up on time, you don't stick to your diet, you be rude to people, you show negative attitude towards that cashier serving you, they're building up that negative mindset inside of you. That's what they're doing. And that's building that guilt, shame, regret that you're going to be walking around with if your habits and your mindset and your life isn't aligned with your goals and your future. You need to make sure everything you do is fucking aligned with your future. That's it. Or you're going to talk yourself out of everything you want to accomplish. You're going to drain yourself mentally. At the end of the day, never quit on yourself. Stop going against your word. The more you do that, the more that negative self-talk creeps in, and the more you're going to talk yourself out of everything you want to accomplish.